he sustain this momentum and consolidate the gains?
You see, Zando, that's a very brilliant observation. When you critically analyze a Akufo-Addo's regime, they actually lost the 2020 election, but they didn't know.
I mean, you are talking about 4 years ago?
Yes. When you analyze the 2020 elections, yes, you may kill the Akufo-Addo one over 530,000. But when you sit down and you actually rank the numbers, every president in the second term, 2000, Akufo, 2004 was better.
Hold on. In your second term, you increase, right?
Yes, you increase. You perform better.
Wow.
Akufo performed better in 2004. Mahama performed better in 2012. Comels had died.
Yeah, exactly.
They are coming. Akufo-Addo lost because he won with almost $1 million in 2016. It reduced to 530,000.
So the deficit was halved.
Yes.
Wow.
Now, the optics is, as you said, I have never seen Akufo-Addo hold the Galamsey concession.
No, he won't.
But we heard that of Wontumi. Why wasn't he able to control Wontumi? Party financing. That is why I agree with the likes of Chairman Senose and Esiedin Ketiada. One of the ways we can curb all the nonsense in our politics is party financing. Steve, you cannot call the constituency chairman at Dunkau to order if that guy contributed $3 million to your campaign.
Why can't you?
Today, when Wontumi calls the bluff of NPP, who speaks? They can't speak because.
But why should that be the case? That's what I don't understand.
Because Zando, our party financing structure is not properly laid out. The last time I listened to the former Srewok Kwesi, he said on news that imagine a day we say the NDC doesn't qualify for election because they don't have proper account of their financing. What will happen in this country? The very people who call for the audit to be done, want to me cause a bluff of everyone in the NDC the same. In fact, that will win MP. Who is the NDC MP? The chiefs themselves say he's doing that.
No, but Eugene,
so party financing
what parties need to do is to manage these characters. Everywhere in the world, some of these guys are there, but they need to be managed.
Party financiers probably will mess up the system.
Exactly. For me, that is why I think that the NPP lack leadership. For me, they lost that election.
They
lacked leadership. Okay. I mean, as it stands now, we can do let me say what I'm saying. I'm saying that the NPP lacked leadership.
So past tense.
That's why they lost the election.
Okay.
That's why they lost the election. You see, there are a lot of things right now. African market, top. In terms of politicking, nation building, it has its issues because you can't sell me MPs fighting in the full glare of the public.
But
politics makes a lot of sense. But I'm saying that the NPP have lacked leadership then because see, the factions in the party, Akufo-Addo faction, Kufuor faction that constitutes Ireland, and how you dare not go into the Darling Boys issue of okay, he's holding down for you. And I've told you guys these things before in private, that one of the biggest issues the NPP has had over the years is that they decided to toe the line of the NDC whilst the NDC were departing from those ways. Yes.
How?
When we were growing up, which party was known to be the stubborn, rowdy people? NDC.
And a party of intellectuals,
MPP. Exactly.
So, but it got to a point changing now.
It got to a point where the NPP were being ridiculed. So that
they wanted to be.
That is why, if you go to a lot of the constituencies, not just in constituencies that we know, a lot of them, the NPP decided that we want the Buga people too. You need the Buga people, but you need to manage them. That is very important. To the extent where the NDC managed to blend it. But in fact, there are a lot of people in parliament, this current parliament, who when they speak, I mean, I've seen videos go around on social media where they are not learned and stuff like that, but they have been managed by the NDC very well.
No, but Fifi, the point I disagree is that, you see, my disagreement is that, yes, it's everywhere. You know, we have people from crooked backgrounds trying to, finance political parties. But in our case, those people are in the arena. They are not outside the arena of politics and trying to finance. So Wontumi is there. Right? There are elements in the NDC.
That is the management, Zando.
So you cannot manage Wontumi.
Why can't you manage him?
I'm coming. There are certain image. I'm coming. There are certain image.
But you see,
for example, I'm coming.
Let me ask you this question. Kennedy Japan and Wontumi, who really worries the party won't be in Kennedy Japan.
I'm not talking about.
Hold on. I'm asking you a simple question. I mean, top of mind, if you put Kennedy Japan here, won't be why not hard dream in the MPP?
No, I'm not talking about.
But MPP had been able to manage Kennedy Japan. They had one power with Kennedy. They had ruled this country with Kennedy for like 16 years.
I disagree.
8 years with Kofor, 8 years with Akufo-Addo.
I disagree that they managed Kennedy.
Should
you go back and play some of the things he said in the lead up to the presidential primary?
The management as regards what Fifi is saying, that you look at it from the party financiers' point of view. These people finance the party, and they come into the system and mess up to the extent that you can't call their bluff. So, for example, you are saying Akufo-Addo couldn't really call Wontumi to order. Hold on. And I'm saying that, but Kennedy was financing the party, but they were finding ways to probably manage him to the extent that how many corrupt, scandals do we link it to Kennedy Japan?
No, so that's what I'm talking about. Confusing issues. What I'm saying is that when you talk about management, I think that Kennedy Japan has caused more harm to the MPP in this election than anybody. He and Kennedy Japan, listen to the tapes. It's not about
Japan.
Yes.
Wow.
You see, the thing is that he who pays the piper, calls the tune.
So you get why
I
want to just add this thing on. You get I've been telling you about the MPP's factions.
Exactly. That is why the Bretton Woods institutions, the IMF, can say that do trumu. Because they finance your budget.
Yeah, of course.
Have you ever heard IMF go to Saudi Arabia and tell them that?
They can't.
Why?
Cannot.
Because they don't pay the piper. So until our political parties develop a certain mechanism where every single member of the party is contributing to the center and not few people bringing the party to power. Today, when Mahama came, we heard some of that noise. That certain people say that, Charlie, I did this, so my people should go here.
Yesterday, we were in a big man's office.
Yeah.
Eugene Manfred was there with me. And we saw one die-hard supporter of NDC.
Yeah.
I mean, he was clad in NDC, colors, right?
Yeah.
And you can see that this guy had come there to mount a case.
You see? So it tells you that, for example, Cocoa Board. Why should the Cocoa Board CEO be there for 8 years?
Why shouldn't he?
You run Cocoa Board like this and he's there for 8 years. You go inside, he's supporting the party. So for me, most of the ills in our body politic, corruption and all that, will be cured when you have a proper
that is why
party financing system.
Exactly, but that's what I'm saying, that in having the proper party financing system, these guys need to be managed. And when I say they need to be managed, one of the things I say
they shouldn't contest election. They should be at the back.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. See, Eugene, you can't tell Wontumi not to contest elections. Like plain bold, you won't contest elections.
You dare not.
But you can manage Wontumi not to contest elections.
You can find a way.
You can get Wontumi not to contest elections. And it has happened several times. But I think that the NPP one is just too fractured along wild fault lines to the extent that when somebody tries to manage things, it becomes bad. See, the point where the former majority leader, Saiche Mensah-Bonsu, was asked to sit aside. It was brilliant from the party point of view. They needed somebody aggressive.
But the how was bad.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. They needed somebody aggressive at that point in time to do the party job. I love Dafia Makbo. Why? When Afenyo Makin decided to go bam, 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 Dafia Makbo said, see,
bam, 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 bam,
he told him straight up. You understand?
Now,
so,
guys, so you see.
No, I'm coming. Dafia Makbo told Afenyo that I am under pressure from my party. He didn't mince words, so the video is there.
Give the pressure.
He said, yes, my party, they are putting pressure on me. See, the party job is important.
No, but
government job is important. There's a thin line.
Yeah.
Find that balance. Do your party job. Find the balance.
Zando, concluding on the chairman's thing. You see, when I watched his interview when he came to Share FM and was also on Asampa FM, you can clearly see that the MPP, as Fifi said, is losing their charm when it comes to superior argument. You see, there's a man, a colossus.
Yeah.
You call him to a meeting. Why? The NDC had then made a to forcing the minority leader from the central region.
They are choosing Professor.
You know, from 96, the NDC has always had a central region ticket. 96, 92 a Quakens, 96 males. Then we had males. Yeah. We had Pakwese Misata, then Prof. Jane. Then the rumor also came that Prof. Jane will be retained because there was the issue of Zeneto and Co. Mahama stuck with him after 9 months.
Yeah.
So they had 2 cases to the central region that if you vote for us, the minority leader is from there, meaning that he will even get a prominent, because we all know Ato Forson as ranking would be the finance minister.
Exactly.
The first female vice chancellor and also vice president.
Yeah.
So the MPP making a case that they needed someone from the central region as the face of the MPP in parliament was sound.
Yeah.
But it's the how.
Yeah. How is very, very important. And you see,
it's the how. And Chairman said that after the president said it, then he resigned. You see, that tells you that how it was communicated to him was an issue.
But away from that, that man, I have a problem with him. I think that but the problems currently within the LPP, he contributed largely to it.
Yeah.
Because hold on, you know, like you said, he's a key cog within the leadership of the MPP.
Yeah.
Like he's a huge man.
I mean, so
exactly. Way before the internal primaries, this man was on radio, television, mounting a case for Dr. Bawumia why he should be chosen as the next flag bearer. That we've chosen somebody from Buzier's camp, we've chosen somebody from what's the next line? Dombo. So it has now reached the turn of Dombo.
Yeah.
And you see, whenever you are looking at political issues like that, you need to have cognizance of what is happening within. At the time, Alan had grown impatient.
No, before we go to the Alan conversation,
No,
I'll say this right to it. No, because that's a different link. I just want to say this. You see, everything that we are talking about comes back to the divisions in the NPP party. Everything that we said, the division in the NPP party. To the extent that I was listening to Eugene Manfred the last time, where he mentioned that before he goes,
the divisions are real.
Yes, before he went to the president's place, people who are seen not to be pro Akufo-Addo came to him and said, we have heard that this is what the president wants to do to you.
Don't agree.
Senior, don't agree.
Yes,
we'll stand behind you.
Exactly.
Divisions.
Yeah.
To the extent that even he, like you are saying, before that point, also was clear that
we should give it to Bawumia.
Let's go to
exactly.
Dombo.
Yes. And this was way before the primary show.
Exactly.
And that's my problem with him, because one such a huge or profound statement comes from, a member of the MPP leadership. You know how, the people at the dance trading will take it, right? So that's where my disappointment with him stems from. I think that comment before the primaries for me was not necessary.
You see, Zando, in the post-mortem of the MPP, I think that when they do the national report to come up, I think that the MPP executives, especially some of them, the likes of Nana B, I think the only person
Steven Team Self Day Monk. He's a nice man. You people should not run by him. See, I saw. See, did you know? You are a political person, so you probably know. Did you know that Asiru Gajesan was contesting in the Bono region before he won?
No, I didn't really know.
Yeah.
I didn't really know.
I didn't know. How did that go under the carpet?
But we see
excellent job done there. He was in the Bono region, winning seat for the NDC. You Stephen Intin every day. The MPP people from the Bono were clamoring that there's a need for a Bono leader also. When Stephen Intin comes in, it's so easy.
In fact, when you look at the MPP, when you combine the Bono Ahafo region, they have just 2 seats.
Yeah.
In fact, in the traditional Bono region, Sunyane Doma and all that, the NDC swept all the Doma seats.
Wow.
The MP, I think it's 11-1 or so. Bono has 12 constituencies. I think it's 11-1. They only have where the former SEBS guy is, the guy who Akufo-Addo said, later is a member of Damwa, where Ken or Damwa is. So it tells you clearly that SAD is on the ground. But back to the question about the MPP, I feel that except JFK, all the executives were showing signs of bias.
Yeah.
And you see, I've always said that history has a way of putting people to leadership. I felt that the playing field being fair and whatever,
level,
Alan will lose.
Exactly.
Because you see, when you read the history of South Africa, Nelson Mandela was not part of the front runners. There was Pisley Kaikai Seseme. He set up the Radio Band to set up ANC, Walter Sisulu, other guys. But they go into the prison for 27, changed the course of history. Yeah. So Bawumia was undoubtedly the leader.
Yeah,
but
after
you see
the 2012 election.
Look at Arsenal. Alan is speaking, Bawumia is coming. He can wait in the car. There's a way to go about it. To whisk a microphone. You see, Alan himself may understand because he's a politician.
Yeah.
He understands that the vice president has a protocol. You cannot breach it.
But by his followers.
But exactly. And you can see that those who were clamoring for that Nanabi sanction was the followers. So I felt that Alan was not treated properly, I felt that Alan would have lost the primaries anyway. I was actually thinking that they should unify the ticket. About me and Martin ticket, I felt
that one day I sharply disagree with you.
Would have performed better than the 41% we saw.
The die-hard Alan fans will never agree with you. They will tell you that Baumenian the size near Alan. That's what they will tell you. I'm not saying. That's what they will tell you. But you see, the MPP is embarking on a healing process, and this point is very important. You see, we are talking about division. If they are not strategic with their reforms, I think they would deepen the woes. Because look, now they've targeted Akufo-Addo, the former president. They've targeted Napo, the running mate.
Who has targeted him?
Oh, but I mean, you listen to comments. The MPP folks.
Oh, I see, like they blame.
Oh yeah. The MP new trust.
Hold on. But no, the point. When you say that, I just want a clarity. When you say they've targeted.
Okay, so most MPP folks, in fact, when they did this research, it was clear that Akufo-Addo was largely blamed for the defeat. Right?
Blame is
exactly. Right. So they've targeted Akufo-Addo, they've targeted Napo, the running mate. Abronye, Wuntumi, the loud ones in the party, Kennedy Japan. And I'm saying that these guys, with all due respect, have built constituents within the party. So, for example, today, if die-hard fans of Akufo-Addo decide to rise up to defend their man, what will happen?
Zando, hold on. Eugene, no matter what happens, somebody. Eugene. No matter what happens, there's supposed to be. No, I don't be fair to you. What I'm saying is that at the end of the day, it doesn't matter your constituency.
It matters.
No,
it matters.
It doesn't matter. See, what I'm trying to say is that, and I'm trying to respond to what you said. It doesn't matter. So what are you going to tell me? At the end of the day, we are going to
interest must raise.
Yes, we are going to
listen to
people with kids.
You didn't let me land.
It doesn't. No, let me finish. Let me.
No, but I was the one talking.
I won't let you talk.
I was the one talking. So now the issue here is that I am saying that if you're not tactful enough with some of the things that you are doing, you end up worsening the situation because now you want to deal with the division in the party. No, hold on. Akufo-Addo has his die-hard followers. You are targeting their man. And so if these people, no, what is that? Napo has built constituents in the party. Who cares about that? Has built constituents. Wuntumi has built. If you had these people,
and so
then they will not strategic enough. They will rise up against the bigger picture, and the party will suffer.
And so the party had 41%.
Yeah.
After all building the base and the bases and whatever, they had 41%. Fifi is a medic. In treating a wound, until you strip the wound,
of course,
you apply painful sterilizing processes and whatever, the wound will not heal. In the Ashanti regional version of the NPP report, they describe the president as stiff-necked, intransigent. The tree meaning of intransigent. They said that when they said that when they go to the president's Jubilee House, his favorite song was Lumber's Ethiopia. They said that the president didn't know how to talk. He came to Kwabremon So if you are telling me that because he has a base, those issues should be pushed.
No, that's what I'm saying. You mentioned the how, and I'm saying the how is very important because if you're not strategic enough to deal with those issues, you may end up worsening the situation in the party.
But I see the painful removal of the bandage from the wound as part of the healing process. Because the MPP has suffered their worst defeat in 20 years.
Eugene,
so it tells you that whatever healing process that is starting, it will be painful.
Eugene, in 2016, when the NDC suffered the issues that he suffered and the things that went on, do you know exactly what went on, Eugene? What's his name? Ofuswan Pofu. He's out of the NDC.
Yeah.
He's literally doesn't play any role. Yeah, he had a base.
It's not a political advisor.
At the time there was Yamin. Yamin, who was very integral in the Ashanti region. He was sent to the backstage. If you are seen as somebody that's going to be divisive and heads the party, then they should. Because you see, as Ghanaians, one of the things that we need is that we need the two parties in their best form to bring the best out of each other.
Okay,
the country.
Okay, guys, enough.